Good morning. Giving honor to the Spirit of God, who is the head of my life and who has an open invitation in my heart. Rise and shine. Y'all, I want to come to y'all in defense of some people. I think my channel need to be the type of people who admit when they were wrong in the church and want to tell y'all they sorry. Yeah. I can identify with the lady named Jackson, her husband and she still held up the blood-stained banner. She still held it up. She actually shot out so much scriptures, y'all thought she was cursing. But I know she got to be saying, look at me now. But she did an interview recently, and she said she knew that girl body before he did. I'm going to tell y'all what that meant. She knew what type of female he liked. She knew it. She know his type. She know his type. As long as she been with him. And y'all thought it was weird that she would sit there and lie, talk about her house, her such and such is so great, her marriage, this, that, and third. Y'all watching someone spiritual. I'm saying it. Spiritual. Go through a spiritual crisis. And the people that's close to her know her true self. We on the internet don't know her, so stop judging her. Y'all don't know that woman. Only thing y'all know is what media put out. Y'all don't live with these people. Y'all don't see these people on a daily basis. Can we just stop hating the girl? Okay, she was a radical Christian. I can identify as a radical Christian. Y'all want to know what a radical Christian is? Okay, I'm finna give it to you. Back in the days, Church of God in Christ was called Pentecostal. In that Pentecostal, they put apostolic under their umbrella. Y'all know that, right? So all these churches that are claiming they from international God, they from the international God. Or they over here for the Church of God that goes to Christ. Okay, so everybody want an identity. Well, I want to identify as a radical Christian. Shout out to those who wore makeup for the first time in the church. You still kept on your holy clothes, and I'm going to identify them as holy clothes, but you start putting on a little lip gloss, some more lip gloss, then you start using facial powder. That was a radical person. And shout out to Shirley Caesar, because y'all forget to realize I knew this woman before she wore makeup or wigs. She was just that holy. Y'all got to stop. And now she up here snatching mics and doing stuff. Y'all got to stop trying to put these people on a high pedestal when they feel like if you ain't singing their song right, you don't need to sing their song. That don't make sense. I thought the Lord said, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. All you lands, serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with thanksgiving. Know that he is God and he has made us and not we ourselves. Oh, there I go again, identifying as a radical Christian, that I can quote scriptures back to back. But I also am the type of person, I'm not with the church no more. I'm not with no denomination. Zero. I don't want to be a part of what y'all call Christians. But then again, I got to back up those radical Christians who stood out. Because I got some legacies in my church. My grandmama, she went from wearing the little piece like this over your head, because that's what they considered as head covers in the South, because it was just too hot to be wearing a hat. That's how I grew up. So there was a lady in our church, and she knew how to sew. She sewed the first tams in our church. Now, if you don't know what a tam is a hat. It don't have a brim. It's just a hat, and you put it over your head, because that was considered the head's been covered. But back in the day, them women who first started off wearing those really heavy hats and heavy clothes. How y'all doing? Y'all was the radical Christians, right? We all was radical Christians because we believe every word that the Bible say. Y'all don't know the offspring of that situation gotta come too. It gotta come through. Y'all finna detect the false prophets. And how you gonna detect them is you gonna realize what they trying to come against. I ain't trying to come against nothing. I just know scripture, and I just know my father don't play about me. My spiritual father and my real father don't play about me. My husband don't play about me. You see how I can just change a word and it still applies to me? I'm not a me person. I'm a we person. Yeah. I don't want to identify no more as me or we. Yeah. I just want to go back to what's between my legs. She and he. So if a he got a vagina down his legs, what jail is he going to? Can you riddle me that, church? Hello? Hello? Because y'all say render unto Caesar what is due. So if the courts find him guilty, put him in jail, he meets you. Ain't that the Bible? Everybody went to jail in the Bible. Sure did. All quite a few prophets was held up in bondage. Y'all only want to take the parts of that fit your life in that Bible, and y'all want to twist it and say what it means and this and that. Well, how about we just stop and think about something on the human spectrum? Forget spirituality. Just focus on right now. What we doing right now. I don't care nothing about what you believe in. That's not the point. If you feel like you've been justified or unjustified, be clear about it. Stand on your ground and don't get bothered by what people say about y'all. I'm going to tell y'all, people used to say a lot about me. Probably still saying a lot about me. But guess what? At the end of the day, the only person that know me is the people that live in my house. Yes, what goes on in my house stays in my house. So every birthday party is stay in my house. Every celebration is stay in my house. I don't need to show y'all when we celebrate, what we celebrate. That's y'all. If y'all do it, by God's, be wonderful. But I like living in the moment. I'm a radical Christian. I'm radical. I believe God, and God has showed up in my house many times. We have a relationship. Now, I don't identify with the church folks. Y'all want me to identify as the church folks. How can I be the church folks when my tongue pierced? I got a nose ring, and oh my God, I changed my hair color. Yeah. Shout out to the mothers who knew they weren't for all that colored hair. They just wore black. Then the other mothers figured out they had black and white wigs. And yeah, they was going through some times with their hair. Because some of them didn't believe in getting a relaxer. Yeah, you got some radical Christians who ain't trying to file about how they died from getting a relaxer. Yeah, see, again, we got another lawsuit just forming up. Just forming up. Where these radical Christians who can really tell y'all? They coming, y'all. The false prophets are coming. Your president was a false prophet. Y'all don't forget that. Pick one. Pick one. From the time they invented that position over the United States, I can show y'all how God had to be in the midst for the people. Some of these people's stories of how they got over is a real testimony. See, y'all cut out testifying in church. Some of y'all did. But I know one church, maybe you still testifying the goodness of God in their lives. And they're being so, oh my God, when I grew up in church, I used to love hearing Sister Chile, if you know who I'm talking about, went to my church I went to, she would talk how God came through for her over and over and over again. God came through when people were unshaped, or what y'all would here called a castaway. The lady who sold in our church, her name was Althea Rogers. That woman had multiple kids. She had multiple kids. Oh my God, she had multiple kids. And God kept her with her multiple kids. Child, let me tell y'all something. She was a nurse. She was a nurse, y'all, with a whole bunch of kids. She really put on the whole armor of God to survive and take care of them kids. And don't judge her by the way they turned out. You can't start judging people by the way their children came out, because some of them, they out there faking it until they make it. They don't want us parents to jump on here and say, child, that boy be in church every Sunday. He pray harder than anyone else, and he don't even go to church. He always said God did it. What? He always thanking God for goodness and mercy, so it follow him all the day. Oh, there I go again. Can't use my witchcraft stuff on y'all. Remember, chanting and remembering and reciting, that's witchery and devil worshiping. Okay. You gotta stop, y'all. Stop putting somebody on one side when you ain't never been on that other side. Somebody had some beef with me, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm real petty when it comes to beef. Because God be in it all, and before I respond, I pray about what I'm finna say. People think I'm scared of them. I'm never scared of anyone. You want to tell me, when I get in an altercation with somebody, before I throw a blow, I get on my knees, I do some fasting, I do some praying, because I want God to fix whatever that is that came out of me. But then again, I got to recognize it came out of me. And if I confess to be somebody of God, and God is in me, then God said it. Yeah, again, radical Christian. I'm watching Orange is the New Black. And I don't care how much homophobia y'all have about that show and women in prisons about that show. If you can spiritually look at that show, spiritually, through the spiritual eyes, you wouldn't talk against it. Y'all talk against so many TV shows. Again, y'all radical Christians didn't have TVs in y'all house. You didn't have the internet. The only thing you kept was that phone line. Some of y'all women kept just that phone line. Y'all didn't care about them. The iPhone, the you phone, the me phone, the we phone. You kept your same phone number, and you kept the way people communicated with you. Okay. Again, we got another radical Christian. I'm for the radicals. I'm sorry. Because radical Christians start doing stuff that what y'all call secular people do. Y'all need to stop coming for us radical Christians, because when we got into our Christian rap game, some of us radical praisers was on it. Own it for God. Straight up goon music. All the old people was calling it demonic, and probably still is. Stomp, yeah, was demonic. Yeah, the one that said, I promise to stomp, the whole stomp, nothing but the stomp. What stomp have you been doing lately? Okay, Christians, radical Christians, atheists, come down the line. Because perspective is one thing. Because no matter what y'all say about me, my father does not play about me. My biblical father shows up for my husband all the time. I truly understand the song. He was there all the time. God was there all the time. But I wondered if y'all knew some of this stuff I truly have to pray over. Even though God says it's okay, I still want to check with him before I say anything. And if I say anything too quick, I'm going to reread what I said and internalize it and apologize for the things that I thought were cruel. But I'm still standing there. I shot that message and I meant it. Y'all got to stop condemning people because you don't know what they had to go through to make that decision. And it's still with them today. They still crying because they gave their baby an abortion or the baby was adopted. See, y'all don't want to talk about the adopted. Is y'all Christians against adoption? Because y'all so against, oh God, homosexuality. You so much against smoking weed. But how y'all think ketchup became a medicine? Oh, I'm also the smart girl. I'm a smart girl in life, and I'm happy about being a smart girl. Just because you don't know how smart I am, I don't care. My family know how smart I am. My ministry, old ministry didn't. They ain't never, a lot of people just didn't get me. And I realized how much I'm a loner and how much my husband is a loner. And that's what we find amazing. Because me and him, I'm going to tell y'all something. We have not always had the best marriage. And people have so many stories that they can tell about my husband and I. But guess what? They don't know my husband. They don't know me. They don't know the things that we've been through. Not even my children understand how you could be separated for someone, still married to them. You thinking you done got a divorce. Come to find out you didn't get a divorce. The dang on thing popped up when you started filing bankruptcy. Baby, I've always had credit. I've always had good things. I've always had bad things. I pretty much had whatever I want. Yeah. Because my husband. My son is still mad at my husband for buying me a rabbit. Yep. I just wanted it for my birthday. My husband said, "Here, go get you a rabbit." My granddaughter and I went down there and we got us a rabbit. Now, they were supposed to eat that rabbit, but they didn't. But now they ain't catching them no more because y'all tell me where to get rabbits from. Live ones. I want another one. But my son said I can't have pets because all I do is kill them. Now, God truly knows me. But my son knows me a whole lot. Some of y'all people, y'all don't know me. My son, he knows me. He knows me better than his daddy. And it's sad, but it's true. I'm so happy in my house. I'm so happy about my life and the things that are going to knock my socks off. And I'm sorry, y'all radical praisers. Keep on believing. Keep on receiving the blessings that God have in your life. But don't take none of them church folk that think they know God and don't know the experiences you've been through. Because you don't know her testimony. And I say it again, you don't know my story. You don't know all the things that I've been through. But all you need to know is my worship, it be for real. I praise God for real. In my house, I praise him. So, like I said, as I always say, y'all sending me to hell, put me there. Because you got to send the radical people down there too. Radical meaning good or bad. Y'all all radical ones. Y'all want us to go to hell. And I don't care what nobody say, send me there. Please send me to your hell. Because I guarantee you, if I send you to my hell, you will be crying. Yeah. I love the radical people that say some days it feel like hell on earth. Yeah. Hell on earth. They was like, if hell is worse than this, Jesus be offense. That's the radical praisers who understand what they believe in fanatically. They are true fans of their belief system. They will do whatever it takes for their belief system to manifest. Look at the insurrection. That was organized and the people knew about it and still did nothing. Someone reached out to me yesterday and asked me could I do a 5-minute conversation on what colorism means to me? Absolutely nothing. It ain't about the color of your skin to me. I'm not racist, but I identify as something, and I didn't need no DNA test to tell me what I am. Some of y'all spiritual gifts, y'all really need to stop and think about it. Lay across your bed. How you say meditate on that one scripture that you've been meditating your whole life. And I am a true Psalms 23 person. I make sure my kids live a Psalm 23 life. I love Dietrich Hatton's song. He said, he a gorilla, a fake gorilla. What? He be beating his chest like a gorilla. But he said he got gorilla fake. But y'all want to come against him because his wife did something worldly in y'all face. I don't care, that's still her husband. Shoot, if she's showing y'all a little love for her husband, back off her. I keep telling y'all need to stop attacking these married women. And I know y'all want to send Dietrich's wife to hell, his new wife. Y'all want to send her straight to hell. Straight to hell. Because y'all talk about his other wife, who y'all swear was done so wrong. You don't know that girl's story. Here we go again, the media. Always portraying something you don't know. And I'm sorry. If I see something, I'm telling y'all, I'm just seeing it from my perspective. I'm not trying to convince you to believe in what I believe in, because some people have problems with what I believe in. And I'm okay with that. But when it comes to my man, I be about my man. Oh, that wasn't for us. That wasn't for us Christians. I'm sorry. That's why I can support Danae Jackson. I can approve Krishan Rock. I can. Y'all don't get mad at them. I'm not even the man who brought the documentary out about Freaknik. Okay, aunties, cousins, don't get mad because them people finna show how nasty you was in the Publix. Mm-hmm. Whew. Thank God. The year I stopped going to Freaknik is the year they talking about. I'm from Florida. I'm from Miami, y'all. I went to Splashdown. Sorry. If you ain't from Miami, you don't know. I went to Luke Christmas. I went to Luke Christmas concert every chance I could get, y'all. I even went to Pat Jam. I know, y'all don't believe it. I'm telling y'all, my mama, she prayed a lot about me. I was in such a rebellious state. I remember the one time she made me radical. She told me I could wear pants and I could wear gym shorts. My mama was radical. She was radical. She let her child wear pants. Oh, I'm sorry. Only the Baptist people do that. But I know a Baptist church ain't playing that either. You're not walking up in any sanctuary with a pair of pants. They're going to give you something over your legs to cover them. And all them tight dresses, y'all think y'all be shouting. Because y'all radical Christians, because y'all want to walk around wearing 3-inch heels. I do it too, y'all. I shout in my heels. I've been shouting in my heels for years. But again, y'all sending me to hell. I'm going to send y'all back because I'm positive about what your hell look like. And all I got to do is be gay in your hell, and I'm not gay. Okay. Y'all preaching hard and tough on spirituality and what spirits is in people. Can we ask what spirit is in you? Truthfully. Or you gonna lie in our face all the time? You want to take our place. You backstabbing. You just wishing me bad. You praying over me for death. You praying over for my misery. Okay, keep doing that. God don't play by me. So if you wish me mean and you wish me evil and you keep praying that God gonna see you through, God gonna see you through it too. But don't let God come to your house right now, because he saw everything. Would you be okay with him knocking on the door because you think you're hiding? You're not hiding. Everything that you do comes to the light. I believe it. And y'all could y'all tell me how astrology got into the birth of Jesus? I'm just asking somebody who want to know. Call me. I'm a healer. I'm going to hell. I have questions. I do. I have questions. Like, so Jesus didn't have sex with Mary, but how did he implant a baby in Mary? Some people believe that him and Mary had sex. But then again, she wasn't the type. She was a virgin. Yeah, that's the story. She was a virgin. And Jesus came down and poof, a baby was planted in her stomach. Why don't that work now? Can somebody tell me why Jesus hadn't poofed and got you married? Because you say you want to be married, but do you really want to know what it takes to be married? I think all of y'all people who are radical praisers, who know what their husband do, and be like, babe, okay, we can do this. Now, I'll be with you. No, I'm not going to do what you do. I'm going to do it, but just at a minimum thing. Y'all want to send us to hell? Well, didn't y'all tell us to obey our husbands? Oh, because they have rule over us. I have questions. My husband doesn't have no rule over me. Does that make him my op? Oh, yeah, he could be my opposition and my opportunity. But most of the time, he my op. Real talk. My husband is my op. Sometimes he give me an opportunity to shine like a star. I love the way he likes the way I shine. He loves it. He loves the fact that he married to the smart girl. Yeah, he met me with some skimpy clothes. But he married me when I was appropriately dressed. Me and my husband been matching. We've been matching for years. We take care of our kids. We've been taking care of our kids for years. Heck, truth be told, I'm the only one in this house, female. And both of them are spoiled. Spoiled. But I love my spoiled kids. Both of them. Actually, all three of them. And yes, I'm including my husband because he acts sometimes just like a kid. When he wants my attention, he wants my attention. When he wants me to talk to him, he literally wants me to talk to him. So I have made it my habit. I normally eat breakfast early in the morning. I'm shooting this video. It's early in the morning, going on 9 o'clock. My husband doesn't get up till 10. But I sit down and I will cook breakfast for him, lunch for him, dinner for him, sit down and communicate with him, and have breakfast with him. Do y'all know how hard it is for me to have food and I gotta microwave it because my husband not up and I don't feel like waking him up because he may be tired or he may be not feeling good. I don't know what's wrong. He didn't really physically communicate it with me, but he verbally was like, leave me alone, I'm going to sleep. I'm going back to sleep. Stop touching me. In my house, we have that, stop touching me. Because my son always say, spirit is jump, stop touching me. But then he walked around and told me yesterday that I have lost something that belongs to him in my room. Honestly, I don't know what I did with it. I don't know where it is. I believe he gave it to me. He said he didn't give me nothing because he know I would lose it and he would ask for it back. So I said, okay, you're right. Y'all, I'm tearing up this room. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know. But the tyrant that lives in my house is 27 years old. He bust down and said, that's why we can't have nice things. I must have turned around and said, what you mean, bro? All your life you've been living nice things. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop. He does. My son is an amazing man. And so is his daddy. His daddy is an amazing man. I don't know what I would do if I had cancer. Every time I go to the doctor, I know I'm all right. But like I said, I'm going through some very difficult times in my life. And believe it or not, my husband is there for me. But I can sing the song, he was there all the time. All the time he was there. That's just it. He's been there all the time. I'm sorry I don't get it, but he's been there all the time. And like my parents, they've been there for each other all the time. I know the truth because I'm the youngest. But it's some stuff my mama did I have questions about. But then again, I'm a radical one, remember? I'm the one in the family. I always got questions. I'm the auntie who you can tell a story and then immediately I'm going to start picking it apart. And if you ain't got the right answers, I'm going to shut up. And I ain't got nothing else to say. Because I'm going to let you tell them lies and say what you got to say and da-da-da-da-da. Because God and me don't out everybody. Like I said, some stuff that go on in my house, I need to keep in my house. I'm going to keep joy and happiness in my house. I want to keep humor in my house. I thank God for my house. Because when things go wrong, we there for each other. When things go right, we there for each other. But y'all better stop playing about me. Because my son don't play about me either. Yeah, my son don't play about me. All the crises I'm going through and all the crises he has been through to see me through. Y'all don't know my son. Y'all just know what I tell y'all. And I'm fine with it. Both of my kids, I'm fine with it. They are. My daughter be 25, y'all, this year. My son is 27 this year. I got some friends who got kids in their 30s. Baby, what? Y'all better come through. Shout out to us in our 50s. And our kids didn't turn out the way other kids did that they grew up. My son was the one that got away. I do. I give honor to how many times my son has got away. When chaos was coming along, and my son had no parts of it. But he stood his ground when it came to me. And that's how I tell people, my son is nothing like me, but he got some of my characteristics. But don't get it twisted. He's just like his daddy and his sister and the grandbaby. Everybody in my family, y'all want to know what our generic trait is? And I'm going to say it, butthole. We are genuinely buttholes. We always smarter than the other person. One friend had the nerve to say, ask Yolanda, she know a little bit about everything. She's such a know-it-all. Sometimes she don't even know if it's true or not. She just blurted out. Yeah, I had to learn my lesson about what to say. Because some of the stuff y'all saying ain't making sense. But y'all cool with it. So if y'all cool with it, I'm cool with it. But at the end of the day, I stand on what I said. I identify as human. Treated spiritually, mentally, physically, I don't care. But what I identify and how I celebrate my identity is none of y'all business. But I love y'all. And I know there's some more radical people out here who appreciate and understand. Some of these girls out here was brought up with the radical woman. But some of them grew up with the woman who wasn't for that. You wasn't no wearing no makeup. You don't care who in that church wore makeup. You wasn't. Yeah. And then they switched because they started wearing the hat. Everybody had to wear a hat. But the little girls only wore hats on Easter. Then they started making us little girls wear hats. So some of these little girls got pictures. They got this hat on. Y'all don't know. Easter used to be the slam jam. Thank you, ma'am. If you had gloves and a hat, you were top notch on Easter. Baby, you was a burn. You was giving them everything with your candy curls. Stop, y'all. I still stand with, I don't have to go to church on the holidays because it doesn't matter to me. God is in my heart. So while y'all think that day to be with your mother or your sister or whoever is what y'all gonna do, I'm gonna let y'all have my seat because I go to church all the time. I do. Don't get mad at me. I can have a full service in my home, and I thank God for it. Because my husband ain't going to come. It's no separation when we come to God. But it's always a separation when it comes to human. I'm female. I got 2 male men in my home. And both of them take care of me. They both take care of me. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all always think cancer is the weak person in the family. Cancer sucks. But like my son said, his daddy is strong. He says that all the time. My daddy's strong. I be like, well, what about your mama? She ain't strong. Mama always say, you strong. He's strong. He's strong, Mom. You telling me he going through the same thing you went through? No. Mom, why are you going to the hospital? What? You been having this going on again? Yep. Mom, what you gonna do? I'm making all the doctor's appointments that they trying to tell me, but in my spirit, I'm fine. I'm honestly fine. I'm grateful, baby. I'm fine. But truth be told, y'all, I'm still happy regardless. If it is what it is and it's my time to die, then so be it. But if God see fit for me to have another day to say good morning to my husband and my child and my kids and my grandbaby, guess what? I'm going to do so. And it ain't for none of y'all to be okay with it. I don't care. I don't care what you think about me. Call me a liar. Call me this. Call me a drug addict. Call me unholy. Call me everything that you want to call me. Because at the end of the day, the only thing I answer to is human. So everything that you came about me and you trying to call me, you ain't never say she human. Oh, what does human mean? Can one of y'all church folks break down human religiously? Y'all say humans are flawed. They have the ability to make right or wrong decisions, but based on what they learn. Sometimes becomes their decision, or just because they was born in it became the parent's decision to do what's best for you. Even arranged marriages. When I went to church, they arranged the saints with the saints. But you couldn't have came in that church and just jumped on one of the sisters that's been praying for a husband. Some of these women, the real truth came out when they started courting. See, in church, you don't date, you court, because you have to have intent for marriage. Oh yeah, marriage. People seem to think the end goal is getting married, or the end goal is having a baby from him. How about the end goal is to let him go and move on? And then if he come back, okay, he yours. Because he got to change to come back. He can't come back the same way he left out. Yeah, Janelle, Danae, I'm telling y'all, Danae, She went through counseling. She's trying to hold on to her marriage. But for her to come out and say she know the woman more than the woman knew her, or she knew her body before her husband did, that's messed up. I interpret that she's a good one. Listen, I'm saying my opinion of what's going on. Now, I could be wrong. She is thinking in the back of her head about what God brought her through, how much they've overcome, so forth and so on. But she might not be willing to repair that damage. Because let y'all tell it, this ain't the first woman and this ain't the last woman. But like I said, I only hear what's on the internet and I don't know. So I can't place judgment on nobody because I can support either side. If that girl in her feelings, she in her feelings. She entitled to. If she believe what she believe and God is in her, she got a testimony. Y'all don't get mad at the girl how she testified because she don't want to exploit the man. She still respects him regardless of how many times he dogged her. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all calling her foolish. You don't know what she praying about. You don't know how God gonna either change it, make it better, or move on. Because a lot of people now, I'm seeing the church marrying the worldly women. Y'all better come through. I'm radical. That's right. I watched, and I said I would never watch him again, but I'm finding myself going down the rabbit hole when it comes to Bishop Jakes. Even though the scandal they got going on with the kids and so forth, I'm just focused on him and her relationship and how they profess to be in love. I don't know if they are. That's just what they demonstrate. But then there's so many stories out here about him not being there, her having to raise the kids on their own. They were such rebellious children, and y'all always want to put PK kids in the worst situation. Stop doing that, y'all. Stop. And I'm telling y'all, stop. Please stop sending people to hell. Take a look from both sides, and then you give it to God, and whatever turns up, turns up. But y'all can't keep putting God in everything. And then when we start putting God in everything, y'all want to say, that's not what that meant. You got to be better. Yes. Yeah, I think I love Chicago. I love it. I love it in the summertime. I love it in the wintertime. I love it in the fall. It's gorgeous. Because you can see black people coming together. Yeah, call us the murder capital, sure. But if some of us ain't killing everybody, we actually outside having a wonderful time. But y'all will never know it because all y'all think about Chicago is y'all think it's bad. So keep thinking how you want to think. We living our lives and we loving it. Have a blessed, blessed, blessed Wednesday. Oh, okay. Now I might have been, that was probably, I hope that wasn't a cuss to y'all. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for saying, see you when I see you. Oh, I love you. Oh, okay, yeah. I tell everybody I love them. I do. Because I truly love people. I truly love them. Regardless of what they do to me, I still love them. Now, I might not mess with them, but I still love them. Pray my strength in the Lord. Amen.